It's day 33 of balance, and we're just coming to the end of the day. And I don't know what I look like on camera, but I have to say I'm absolutely exhausted. It's been an incredibly full-on week. I kind of started the week with knowing that there was going to be a lot of things to do. However, it just never seemed to stop. And sometimes we can be really challenged by time. I think too often I've said to people going, oh, you always have enough time to do everything. It's do the things that are important to you. However, as leaders, sometimes we really get under pressure. I don't know how productive I was working at all times, but I kind of think I was. I just had too much on. You know, we have that analogy that all buses come at once. Well, I think this week several buses did come at the same time. And I'm not complaining by any stretch of the imagination, but I do feel very tired by it. And this brings me back to balance. You know, I've been trying to keep on top of things, keep on top of my daily blog, and that is adding some pressure. Having to get a proposal out the door added pressure. Running back-to-back training courses, something that I actually love doing, added pressure. And then all the house of cards seems to begin to fall down. Even my voice is actually going a little bit. And I'm not feeling all that well. And as for my nutrition, it's kind of gone out the window in the last 2 or 3 days. It kind of began seeping away. PT, I had to cancel 2 PT sessions. I did have a really great session with Martin on Monday, and I managed to squeeze that in, and glad I did. It was a body session, but it was more about relaxation and beginning to just let go. And after that, it gave me some clarity and gave me at least enough drive and creative energy to get that first bit of the work done. However, I have to say I've been challenged ever since that. I've been having to get up generally 1 or 2 hours earlier. I've been going to bed really late and working in the evening, and I'm just exhausted. But I actually begin to feel that the things that should have been important in my wellness was the first things that began to dissipate. My diet was probably the first to go. Because of the scheduling I was on, I would make my breakfast, but I wouldn't eat it till about noon because I didn't have that opportunity to do it until then. And then that threw the balance out, because then the lunch that I brought, I didn't really eat because I wasn't hungry, and by the time I brought it home, I was too exhausted to eat. In that, then I wasn't sleeping better. And then the less I slept, the more tired I was the next day, which impacted on my nutrition the next day. And then I had to miss PT because of the scheduling I was under, but then I didn't get that revigorating feeling that I've been getting from PT. And all of this impacted on my spirit. You know, because I ended the week being exhausted, being really moody, being cranky by not being able to sleep, and I've not been on my diet. So actually when I go back a couple of weeks, when I was actually feeling at my best, it's because all of those things were in balance. None of them were extreme, they were very much in balance. And as this week unfolded, one thing fell, then another thing fell, then my sleeping fell, and then I even had a few glasses of wine one evening because, I deserved it, and then I fell into my victim state, and then all of those other things began to reappear. So that really makes me think about, how do we get wellness as part of our DNA, as part of our program, and doing the things that we really need to ensure happens? Because at this stage of balance, I'm still kind of tipping my toe in the water. You know, I like doing it, and I'm enjoying it when I get there, and I'm feeling benefit from it, but I don't think it's part of my DNA yet, because other people seem to manage to do it. So when push comes to shove, work took its priority. Now, sometimes that just has to happen. But actually we do have to find a balance with the work part of our lives, because we shouldn't get ourselves to the exhausted stage. Made it through the week, and looking forward to the next one. I'm off to India tomorrow to work with a new client, British Council in Delhi, but I've actually managed to squeeze in 4 days for myself, which I'm going to be going to Goa. I think after this week, it just made me realize that I have to appreciate my time and look after my wellness. Now, I know we don't all get quick trips to Goa every single day. However, I had to take the opportunity when I had it. But I am going to still continue with balance there, and I think it's one of the best places to do it, because I need to reconnect, but not only to myself, but to the program and to wellness. So I'm going to be pushing myself into a few yoga sessions, going back to my favorite meditation spot, and just taking some downtime so I can recharge, because I think that's also important when we look at balance. So we're still on that roller coaster, and we're still bouncing up and down. But it's important to look after ourselves, and this work-life balance is something that I really need to be considerate of.